This is Ruger Security 6 and Speed 6 versus Ruger SP101s. The crew and I are back out at Daryl's awesome indoor shooting range, getting a little relief from the heat shooting indoors. We thought today we would do another fun edition of what we'll call old versus new. In this case, we're going to be taking a look at the Ruger Speed 6 and a Ruger Security 6 and going head to head against two different versions of the Ruger SP101. One with the, I believe that's 3-inch barrel, and then also the 4.2-inch barrel that I don't have on the bench at the moment. Let's start today's video by doing, I don't know, a cylinder or two from our Speed 6. I will shoot at the left-hand target. We'll be using for the first lot of ammo today some Federal American Eagle 130 grain full metal jacket 38 special. All the ammo we're shooting today is 38 special, mostly because my Speed 6 here is just the 38 special, not 357 version. I think I will do 2 shots single action, the last 4 shots double action. Here we go. The right. I'll probably shift my grip slightly for this second cylinder that we'll shoot. And then the crew will step in and they'll do a cylinder or two at the right-hand target. Okay, same thing. I will do my first 2 shots single action and then 4 double action. See if I can get one in the bullseye. Still high and to the right. See if the crew has better results with their accuracy than what I've had thus far. Okay. Dominating, yeah, at least 3 in the 9 ring and 1 clearly in the bullseye, 1 maybe touching the bullseye.
How'd they do?
Domination.
Really?
Oh yeah, kicked my butt big time. The Ruger Speed 6 is a 6-shot, double action, single action revolver with a 2 3/4-inch barrel. The version we're shooting today is chambered in 38 special. This revolver has an overall length of 8 inches, height of 4 3/4 inches, width of 1.46 inches, and weighs in at 30 ounces unloaded. The Speed 6 has a fixed anti-glare front blade sight that is replaceable, with a frame-integrated rear sight. Some additional mentionables on the Speed 6 are, it is a variant of the Security 6 that has fixed sights and a round butt frame. It was designed to be more concealable and intended for use by someone like a plainclothes detective. This firearm was available in .357 Magnum, .38 Special, .38 Smith & Wesson, and 9mm Luger. It came with a stainless steel frame, barrel, and cylinder, and originally would have had wood grips on it. Okay, here's my target. Not a terrible group, but way high and to the right. Here's the crew's target. And once they got the firearm figured out, they were much more efficient with their use of the firearm, shall we say. What did you think of the Speed 6?
Well, it's a big gun. It has a lot of weight to it. It has a great trigger. Once I figured out the point of aim on it, which was pretty much dead center, and I got the right grip, I felt like the gun was very accurate. I think these were, where I was kind of feeling things out. I don't think I've shot that gun for years, and maybe only then a few times.
Yeah.
But gosh, for the age of the firearm and the price, and it's obviously a sturdy gun and well built. I would say if you ever see one at a gun store in good shape, for $3.99 or $4.99, it'd be a great deal.
Yeah. Well, you definitely made me look bad and kicked my butt, punishing the bullseye over here.
Yeah, but your group was fine.
Yeah.
It was,
just need more practice.
Yeah. But I like that gun. I'd buy it. Well, wait a minute. I own one, but not that one.
Well, let's put up some fresh targets and we'll see how it compares against that SP101. All right, we saw how the Speed 6 performed. Let's now do what I would consider the equivalent version in today's world of the Ruger SP101. This has the 3-inch barrel. Other than being the newer design, I would say the most notable difference is this is a 5-shot revolver compared to 6 shots of our Speed 6. Both have aftermarket Hogue grips, though in my opinion, I prefer the style of Hogue grips on this SP101 compared to those larger Hogue grips on our Speed 6. The ammo we'll be shooting out of the SP101 is going to be Remington UMC 130 grain full metal jacket. 5 shots. Same as before, we'll probably do maybe 2 cylinders each through the firearm. And I'll do a couple single action and some double action from each cylinder. Here we go. My first 2 shots weren't terrible, but my double action shots, wide to the right, a couple of them high, 1 off the target, 1 very wide to the right. Cross our fingers, hopefully I can do better with our second cylinder here. I might have been using too much trigger finger on my first cylinder. Second one, a couple not too far from the bullseye, and my double action shots were brought in a little bit. Let me step out, and the crew will step in and probably kick my butt again. I think the Speed 6 might have a slightly better trigger. You'll have to let me know what you think after you shoot it. Well, your last two shots, I think, are in the same hole just below the bullseye. Seemed like after your first shot, you got it dialed in pretty good. Yeah, he kicked my butt big time. I think all 5 of your shots are either in or touching the bullseye on that last cylinder.
I think the last cylinder I felt more dialed in.
Yeah, big time. The first SP101 in today's video is the 3-inch barreled version of the SP101. The one we're shooting today happens to be chambered in .357 Magnum. This revolver is a single action, double action revolver. It has an overall length of 8 inches, height of 4.5 inches, width of 1.35 inches, and weighs in at 27 ounces unloaded. It is a 5-shot revolver compared to 6 shots of our Speed 6. Similar to our Speed 6, this version of the SP101 has a fixed anti-glare front bladed sight with frame integrated rear sight. That front sight is replaceable. The SP101 is the small frame 5-shot variant of the Ruger GP series of revolvers. Those GP series revolvers replaced the Security 6 family of revolvers. The SP101 has a stainless steel frame, barrel, and cylinder. The one we're shooting today has the satin stainless finish, though you can also find them now with a blued finish in limited availability. Being chambered in .357 Magnum, you can also shoot .38 specials out of this revolver. Some other notes on it are, it requires no tools for takedown and is very easy to clean and maintain as a result. Okay, here you can see my target. Pretty unspectacular. The crew, as expected, royally kicked my butt on those 2 cylinders. Now I thought that while the SP101, a little, we'll say, easier to carry in terms of a leaner size, that while it's a newer gun, I don't think the trigger was any better. If anything, I think the Speed 6 had a little better trigger. What did you think?
Yeah, I think the Speed 6 had, not that the trigger on the SP101 was bad, but it had, I think, a better trigger and noticeably less recoil. I mean, that Speed 6 is a very robust gun.
Yeah.
You know, and while my target looks good here, these are probably the best 5 shots I've ever made with that gun. I normally would say when shooting that SP101 that I never feel like I shoot it well.
So I would say today you shot it very well.
Yeah. But if I had to pick one, I think I'm going with the Service 6.
For the Speed 6?
Yeah, Speed 6.
Between those 2 anyway.
Yeah. Although, you know, they're both good guns, and you're also looking at a significant price difference too.
Yeah, well, especially in today's dollars.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the 4.2-inch SP101 against the Security 6 now. Okay, let's now do the Security 6. This is in .357, though again, we're only going to shoot .38 special out of it today. And while not the firearm used for the line in the movie, whenever I shoot this gun, I always feel like I want to say, do you feel lucky, punk? And then something about, did I shoot 5 or 6? You know, intimidation on the paper target. We're going to again shoot the Remington UMC 130 grain. With this being 6 shots, I will do 2 shots single action, 4 shots double action. And because the crew and I are going to both shoot at the same silhouette target, I will do my shots at the cranium zone of the target. The crew is going to shoot at the center mass on the target. just so we can tell the difference between the groups and not have to CGI circle the targets, or the impacts anyway. Here we go, 6 shots. Forgot to do the double action on 4 of those. I only did it for 2. And I was kind of debating trying to keep going single action and maybe replicate the lethal weapon target, but opted against that as well. I will do all 6 of these from this cylinder double action. Okay, I feel like compared to the 2 firearms before it, that I finally have a halfway decent group going out there. Let's see how bad the crew kicks my butt with this one. I really like the target sights and the enhanced sight radius on that model compared to my Speed 6 and SP101.
Yeah, for the age of the gun, it was, I think, ahead of its time in some respects.
It's a home run that Ruger should still be making.
If I hit the target.
Same hole, and you got 5 of 6 in the X ring.
Oh, okay. Well, then I did okay, didn't I?
You did really good. Your 6 shot, we'll say, is in the 9.5 ring, so your group is about the size of a silver dollar out there.
Try not to mess it up.
You definitely shot that one the best of the day so far as well. The Security 6 is a double action, single action, 6-shot revolver. The one we're shooting today is chambered in .357 Magnum and has the 6-inch barrel. Overall, the firearm has a length of 11.25 inches, height of 4.75 inches, width of 1.5 inches, and weighs in at 35 ounces unloaded. The one we're shooting today has the fixed front blade sight that does have the orange triangle in it, making it easier to pick up, along with a adjustable target style rear sight. Some other mentionables on the Security 6 are these revolvers were produced between 1972 and 1988. It was Ruger's first double-action revolver that was commercially available. They feature a robust design using heavy-duty parts and a one-piece frame that give them a superior strength compared to other revolvers that were available at the time. They have a stainless steel barrel, frame, and cylinder, and came with wood grips. The Security 6 was available in 357 Magnum and 38 Special, and you can find them with the 2 3/4 inch, 4-inch, and 6-inch barrels. Okay, here are my hits on the target. I finally managed to put the majority of my hits close to where I was aiming for once in today's video. Though the crew quickly knocked me off my high horse because they put all their shots in about the same spot, multiple in the same hole, and showed that, well, not only are they in sync with that firearm, but they are very, very good with it. How did you think the Security 6 compared against the previous two we've shot so far today?
Well, I admit I'm a little biased. I remember that back, it's either 1985 or 1986, I owned a Llama gun made in Spain that was a Commander style 1911 in 9mm that I'd paid $135 for, and I never could get it to feed right. And so I sold it, I think, for $115 and bought this Security 6 at Turner's Outdoorsman in California. I don't know if they're still in business or not. And it was $169, and I never regretted it. So that gun's coming on 40 years old, and it has a little longer barrel. It has target sights on it that are adjustable. I think the trigger's pretty good on it. And gosh, I don't know. Could it have 1,500 rounds through it? Maybe. But I've gone years without shooting it at various times. But I confess it's, it's probably my favorite gun. So I'd have to choose the Security 6.
With how well you shoot it, it's easy to understand how you could have such an affinity for it.
What did you think?
I think certainly of the three that we've shot so far today, it was the best of the bunch. I really like the target sights, the longer sight radius on it. It might have the best trigger of the bunch, certainly better than the SP101 that we shot. And I think the 4.2-inch barrel of the SP101, that version that we're going to end the day with, we probably should have started with that one, going ahead of it, because it has a tough boat to row trying to compete with that Security 6. It's going to be a big challenge.
One of the odd things about these, Security 6, Speed 6, Service 6 by Ruger, they made a lot of them, but you don't find a lot of them for sale on the used market, whether it's in used gun stores or even on Gun Broker.
Yeah.
And in proportion to the number that they made, I never have quite understood that. But
maybe they're just so good, people refuse to part with them.
Maybe.
And their heirs recognize the value of that firearm. Because in my opinion, they certainly punch above their price point then and now.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's see if the SP101 can come close to that performance. Okay, got your hearing protection ready?
Yeah.
To finish out the day, the crew and I are going to shoot the 4.2-inch barreled version of the SP101. Unlike the other versions of the SP101 with shorter barrels, this one has the fiber optic front sight with an adjustable rear sight. We are going to shoot at the same target as we did for the Security 6. Though I'm going to aim at the left shoulder, the crew is going to aim at the right shoulder. That should hopefully give us a way to tell the difference in holes and paper performance between these two firearms. We're now also going to switch to using some PMC bronze, which is a 132 grain full metal jacket projectile. And we'll each do, again, 2 cylinders from the firearm. I'll do a couple single action, the rest double action from each cylinder. Here we go. Okay. I think the longer sight radius and better sights are enabling me to shoot a little better group with this SP101 compared to the 3-inch barreled version. Let's see if I can maintain that with our second cylinder. What I would call finally a decent group from an SP101 for me today. Now let's give the crew their chance. I would say it's so far close to the Security 6, closer than I expected, that's for sure. In terms of the holes on paper results, all 5 of yours are right in that right shoulder. Well, the SP101 wasn't going down without a fight.
What's that?
I said it was not going down without a fight. The second variant of the SP101 we're shooting in today's video is the 4.2-inch barreled version. This is a 5-shot, single-action, double-action revolver with that 4.2-inch stainless steel barrel. It has an overall length of 9.12 inches, height of 4.5 inches, width of 1.35 inches, and weighs in at 29.5 ounces unloaded. Similar to our Speed 6 versus Security 6, where the longer barreled firearm has what we'll call the better sights, the longer barreled version of our SP101 continues that trend in today's video. It has a high visibility fiber optic front sight that is replaceable and a target style adjustable rear sight that is also replaceable. Similar to the 3-inch barreled version, the 4.2-inch barreled version of this firearm has the stainless steel frame, barrel, and cylinder with the satin stainless finish. You can also shoot .38 specials out of it, and it requires no special tools for the takedown. Just about the only other notable difference besides barrel length sights are the grips on this firearm are a cushioned rubber grip with a hardwood insert instead of what comes on the shorter barreled versions. Okay, here's my group on the left side of the target. By far my best group of the day. Here's the group from the crew on the right shoulder of the target. I would say the SP101 heard us talking and decided to not go down without putting up a good fight. In my opinion, at least the groups look almost the same, fairly comparable to your group with the Security 6. Much better than I expected, that's for sure.
Well, it's, again, another good gun, a little longer barrel, and it has fiber optic sight and the adjustable rear sight. It's got a good trigger. It probably shoots just as good as the Security 6, although, a little more recoil. And I like the grip of I'm biased in favor of the Security 6. But we didn't shoot any bad guns today. Every gun we shot was a winner. They were all good. Pretty good day, really.
I would say for the 4.2 SP101, what made the biggest difference for me in finally shooting a halfway decent group today were a combination of a grip that fits my hand well, and then sights that I could easily see and put on target effectively in those big fiber optic, easy to see high visibility sights. And like you say, trigger is pretty decent on that gun.
Yeah, if I had to rank them, I'd probably rank the, again, I'm biased, the Security 6 first, the SP101 with the nice sights second, the Speed 6 third, and fourth, the SP101.
I have the same exact ranking today. I think in terms of how I shot them, that's how I would rank them as well.
Yeah. And
good guns, worth the price. It probably should be more expensive, certainly in the Security 6 and Speed 6 than what you'll find them today.
Yeah, and on the Speed 6, the grip, I mean, that's a heck of a big gun, well constructed, and that's got an aftermarket grip to match, which is a little too big for my hand. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
But I would have preferred the factory grip.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm going to try to find the factory grips for that. Since when I found that used, it had that big Hogue aftermarket grip on it that, as you say, is also a little big for my hand as well. But all in all, I think we saw 4 very good revolvers today.
I may cut this out, take it home and frame it, hang it in my office.
Yeah. Shove it in my face every time we shoot.
Well, this seems like a good place to end our video for today. If you like and enjoyed our content, please let us know in the comments section. And if you have time, please click that subscribe button. And Ben and I really appreciate getting this far.